make an extensive comment. I knew Mr. Perry was going to speak, and I knew generally what he was going to say. And I feel deeply emotional about this. The highest honor of my life is to serve on the city council and to say things that reflect dissentiment version to my council members is the furthest thing from my mind. But one of the things that you learn as you approach the end of your life is that principles are more important than the word of the moment. And I will speak. I'm glad you people are here because I'm going to open my heart to you. And as you can tell, I'm visibly shaking. I'm so upset. Yes, all that is required for the triumph of evil is for good men to be silent. I was appalled and shocked, depressed, to read that the mayor and 2 councilmen with Sam's posse had undertaken to harass a single individual sitting in front of lawns. I'm not talking about the recall of Mr. Alivato. That will go forward or not. That's not relevant. I'm not involved, and I'm not addressing that. So please, I'm breathtakingly appalled that what could happen is that, well, you put it elsewhere. Nowhere in a California city have I ever heard of a mayor that sent a flying squad out to intimidate his citizens. It's breathtakingly appalling. And mind you, this has nothing to do with the yes or no or the recall. I'm talking about the collective honor of this town that involves all of them. I know I'm not as coherent as I like to, but I know the council passed a protected resolution. Well, I've seen it. You've been discussing the legalistics. But why else is an election voting booth isolated and closed? Privacy and freedom from harassment is necessary. But doesn't Mayor Alivato, Mayor Alivato, please pardon me, Sam, but screw your name up there. I'm upset, as you can tell. Don't you have a First Amendment right? Of course you have. But the mayor is the moral leader of our town. He carries a higher standard of moral conduct. He must not be seen soaking along the sideways, seeking to intimidate citizens. Common sense says that he and his group should stay away and let the situation work itself out. If the petition gatherers are wrong, in my view, which is not a judge's view, the closest they should be is at Ralph's.
Okay, Dr. Burns, I'm going to terminate.
You're not terminating because I'm going to
terminate this communication, sir.
No, sir.
We're getting into a deliberation here. This is not intended for that.
I'm sorry. I intended to talk for another 30 seconds, so please, Mr. Mayor.
Please wrap it up.
I will wrap it up. Thank you. If they do that, this is almost a meeting of a clan without the burning cross of the White Hoods. Now, I'm not a petition gatherer, and I'm not addressing the yes or no.
You know, point of order.
The incident.
I really take offense to that comment. That
you can take offense. Fine.
You weren't there for one thing, and that's enough.
And I'll finish in just 2 seconds.
Finish, please.
Thank you, John. And I mean, I'm trying to keep it as cool as I can. I think what bothers me and the reason I'm so upset is because when I was a kid in the 30s, I went to the Pathé News and I saw the intimidation squads that Benito Mussolini and Adolf Hitler used to control the people. And that's similar
now that's enough. Now you're accusing me of...
I'm not
let's just knock this off, okay? Let me make it clear.
Clerk, would you please agendize under councilmanic reaffirmation of Council Resolution 6321 for the Council to consider next meeting. I'll conclude my comments with that. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry to upset you, but I think it's necessary to give an airing to this.
Number one,
it should never have happened in San Juan Capistrano.
Number one, you weren't there. Number two, Mr. Perry was not alone. Number three, I did not organize a posse to come. Residents of this community, who are friends of mine, came to speak in an open that would listen. We did not harass anyone. In fact, Mr. Perry then went to the police station to file a report. An incident report was taken, informational only, and in that report he said he was not intimidated. The report stands on its own, and I find it unconscionable that you would equate that to some intimidation, Mussolini, or whatever you want to call it, Mr. Burns. I gave you your time, sir. You can give me my time.
Please go ahead.
I do have the resolution here from that time. It was an entirely different situation.